2 years ago, I was 400 pounds, running plumbing calls out of my wife's Camry because my boss didn't trust me with the company van. Today, I own a multi-state plumbing operation. I've lost over 200 pounds, and I coach business owners who are stuck exactly where I was. This is the full story. I've helped clients go from 4 million to 16 million in a single year using the same frameworks I built in my company. I have 5 kids, I've been married for 13 years, and I still run service calls. Everything I teach, I run daily. I've put together a free resource linked below. It is designed to help you take the next step and learn more about how I can help you build your empire. Link is in the description. Grab it now before we get started. The craziest thing between going from that 410 pounder running out of my wife's car to eventually 11, 12 months down the road, owning the business, the real problem was never the skill. I could pick up the skill extremely fast. It was the identity of how I saw myself, right? And I saw myself most of the time as the technician. And that's what a lot of guys in the trades, we see ourselves as a really, really good technician and not a CEO, right? What's the difference? The difference between a technician and a CEO is incredibly big because a technician just takes care of customers' problems, which is how we get paid. That's how we make our money. But a CEO, and I had to learn this through years and years and years of pain, right? Is a CEO has to have a dream that is so big that every person in the business dream can fit inside of that dream. And that is how you really create a culture full of winners that will go out there and take care of those customers. And I stopped seeing myself as just a plumber. And I started seeing myself as an actual CEO, a business owner who employs tons of plumbers, right? And we went from just plumbing to HVAC and electrical. So now we have a humongous team of electricians, plumbers, HVAC guys that are going out and they're handling thousands, tens of thousands of customers every year. And it all is because I had that mental shift, that shift in my mind that went from just being a just normal plumber, a technician, to saying, hey, I gotta dream something up so big that these guys can have a dream within my dream. And guess what? I had to figure out that no one was coming to save me. Nobody was coming to save me. No degree, no MBA, no rich uncle, no rich dad, right? I didn't get anything that I got from my parents. I didn't get anything from any family members, right? Everything that we built with our 2 hands. Okay. It was just that willingness to just keep moving, right? To be the dumbest person in the room until I wasn't. And I made a lot of mistakes. I did a lot of things dumb. And, I look back now and I'm just like, man, if I had somebody that could just walk me through a process and shown me, hey, do this instead of doing that, it would help me out a million times over again. Because honestly, when you're talking about revenue and growing a business, right? Most of the time, your revenue ceiling is where your leadership ceiling is. And most guys, they think that they have a revenue problem because of leads. They have a revenue problem because of, their technicians. And most of the time they're right because they're not the leader that they need to be. And that business can never outgrow the man that's running it. And what I mean by that is if you are not becoming the CEO and the leader of the business that is literally up so freaking far ahead of everybody else, right? That has that dream that's so big that everybody's dream can fit inside it, the business will never grow. It'll always be stunted. In the next episode, I'm going to break down the exact margin audit that fixed the 3.5 million to broke problem. But first, here's what I want you to take from today. Your starting line does not define your finishing line. Belief creates action, and action creates the result. The only difference between blue collar and white collar is your mindset, and you can have it all. The business, the body, the family, and the faith. I'm living proof. If you're sitting in your van right now, parked in a Walmart parking lot, wondering if you should call your old boss and quit, do not. Grab the free resource in the description. It is the first step toward building an empire that actually serves you. And if this video hit you, drop a comment and tell me where you are right now. I read every single one. I'll see you in the next one.